ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. Moshe is in the desert. He sees a wonderful sight. He's curious. There is a bush that is burning, but it's not being consumed. Continues to burn. He comes closer and he hears the voice of God. God tells him to go to Egypt, to take the Jewish people out of Egypt. But he says, maybe they won't believe me. They won't believe that you sent me there. So God says to him, Maze beyadecha, what do you have in your hand? So he says, Mate, I have a rod. Well, throw that rod to the ground and you'll be able to perform miracles for both Hebrews and the Egyptians. A great interpreter of the Torah, Brener, says the following. God is telling actually Moshe, you know, you have a rod, but it's beyadecha. What does he have to say in your hand? He could have said just, what is this? And he could have said rod, but he says it's beyadecha in your hand. What God is really telling him, everything is beyadecha, is in your hands. Whether it's a rod, whether it's something else, it depends upon you, what you do with it. Many a times we confuse a symbol with the purpose of the symbol. A policeman has a uniform, a fireman has a uniform, but actually what is behind the uniform is what really matters. A nurse walks around in a uniform. Some doctors, not all doctors anymore, do they wear a white coat? But it's really the knowledge of the doctor that is important. You have a mezuzah in the door of your house. If you treat it as an amulet, that's no good. Don't take the mezuzah and put it in your car. You have to be conscious of the message that the mezuzah has. Namely, there's one God. You have to love your God with all your heart, with all your might. When you walk into your house, you become conscious of it, that within your house, you should be dictated by these principles, and you see it again when you walk out. Yeah, it has to be dictated by that. Is a Sefer Torah? Is a scroll of the Torah holy? Of course it's holy. It has the same holiness as a human being. When a Torah cannot be used anymore, you know, you have to bury the Torah. If you can't use it anymore because you can't repair it anymore. Sometimes it happens. Yet there is a story in the Talmud that is very illustrative. There was a sage by the name of Hanina ben Teradion. When the Romans had prohibited this study and above all the teaching of Torah, he continued with the teaching, defying the Romans. He was accused and sentenced to be burnt alive while he was enveloped in a scroll of the Torah. Imagine the death. There is a beautiful sideline to this story, because the executioner, when he saw the suffering of the rabbi and he knew that he was an innocent man, said to him, I can alleviate your death. I will do something so that you won't suffer that much. But promise me you're going to give me a portion in the world to come. And he did that, and at the last moment the executioner jumped into the flames to be consumed as well. And in heaven they called out that the executioner and Rabbi Hanina ben Teradion have the same place in the world to come. But what were the last words of Rabbi Hanina ben Teradion as he was being consumed while he was wrapped in the parchments of the Torah? He said, Gevilin nisrafin. It is true, the parchments are being consumed. Otiyot porchot ba'avir. However, the letters are ascending, they're going on high. You can destroy the physical Torah, but you cannot eliminate, you cannot erase the message of the Torah. We should never confuse the message, what is really important, with the means that you use to deliver it. Of course, the Torah for us is very holy because it has the name of God. But if we forget what the message of the Torah is, then the holiness becomes practically meaningless. So it is also in human relationship. Don't go by superficialities. Go to the heart of the matter. Go to what is really important. And I think children can discern. They know if you are really being honest, if you have their interests at heart or not. So please, lead an honest life. Be sure that you can differentiate the means they're that you use in order to attain something, and the purpose, which is really what you should go after.